Hello everyone, welcome once again to my YouTube channel E-GeO, everything is geography. Please like, share and subscribe. We are going to talk about, I'm going to talk about a very important case study on an earthquake. The question is describe the effects of an earthquake which you have studied in a named area. So named area effects of an earthquake. That is the case study. Also, there could be sometimes case studies asked on impact as well. So we are going to cover both effects and impact, right? Basically, if you see in geography, the difference between effects and impact is effects are very quick. Something has happened like earthquake, then at that point of time, within a very short period of time, whatever is happening, that is effect. Impact could be longer one, like it takes duration of time, few days, few months, right? Sometimes economic impact are such that that can last for years also. So effects are very quick, impact takes time. We are going to talk about effects and impact both. Okay, now as we did a case study on the causes of earthquake, we have taken an area, Chilean coast. Chile is the country we were talking about. We talked about 1960, the great Chilean earthquake, right? We had discussed the causes. Now we are talking about the effects and impact. The same area we have taken. So all the three case studies on earthquake we will be doing for the same area, that is Chile, South America. Chile is a country located in South America. It is a coastal country, right? Nazca plate and South American plate are converging. They have formed a convergent plate boundary. Chile lies on a fault line, ring of fire. That is the reason behind earthquakes, continuous earthquakes in Chile, right? On record, the country has faced 123 earthquakes uh, in last, like, from its formation, right? So we are talking about the effects and impact of the Chilean earthquake, right? This is also a case study, 7 mark. I'm going to talk about a level 3 answer. Okay, now see here, for your ease I have done the map of South America, and this from here the country begins. This is the northernmost boundary of Chile, and this is the southernmost boundary of Chile. Okay, so this is the country, right? On one side is Pacific Ocean, South American continent, right? Nazca plate is moving towards South American plate. South American plate is moving towards Nazca plate, forming a conversion or destructive plate boundary that resulted into the massive earthquake in 1960. Right, now we have discussed the causes. We are looking at the effects. So for your ease, I have well, uh, discovered or research and find out this information for you. We have to use this information for our answer, right? So effects are over here, impacts are here, right? Now if a case study comes where effects and impact both are asked in one case study only, then you need to remember at least one effect and two impact, or effects and one impact. Three ideas are basically required in IGCSE Geography case studies for a level 3 answer. Okay, now first of all, let us see what is there in this country. Fine. So this is the squares, red squares with a dot. Okay, these are the areas which were affected the most in 1960 during the earthquake, right? Now let us look at, we will analyze everything, that how and what was the effect, what was the impact on these in these region. Fine, now let us look at the effects. So as I told you, effect means quick, within few minutes, at a time when any disaster struck any area, any disaster took place, what is happening around, you know, at a time, that is effect. Impact is after some time, that is after some days or after some months also, whatever is happening over there, that those are the impacts. So let us talk about the effect. As because of the earthquake, what happened? So 1960 Chilean earthquake, magnitude was 9.4. It is known as the Great Chilean earthquake because of its magnitude, and you know that anything cross 7 and above on magnitude cause a lot of disaster, and that is what happened in Chile. So first of all, because of this earthquake, 9.4 magnitude earthquake, it has caused a tsunami, right? And the impact of tsunami was not only on Chile. It was not only on Chile. It was also on other countries as well, because you know that on this side, if you move this side, there is Pacific Ocean, right? On the opposite side, if you move toward this side, you will find that North America, on the opposite side, you will find that Australia, Japan, and that entire region falls, right? Opposite side, there is Pacific Ocean, the one side of Pacific Ocean, Japan, okay, Philippines, Japan, Australia, New Zealand. On the other side, North America and South America. Okay, so this region is very big. Fine. Now, because of this earthquake, 9.4 magnitude, there was a tsunami, and because of that tsunami, the areas which were affected, South Chad, this region was affected the most. This is the southern part of Chile, and this region was affected the most because the epicenter was close. And if you look at the Andes mountain range also, the Andes mountain range is thinner in the southern part, and that was also can be considered as a reason that this area was affected the most. Okay, so South Chile was affected, Hawaii, Japan, Philippines, and New Zealand. Also Northern Australia. These are the countries which were affected because during this tsunami, 18 feet long waves came from the Pacific Ocean, 18 feet long. And that's why all the coastal activities, all the beach activities were affected, all the economic activities which generally took place on the beaches, because this region is known for tourism as well. So all those economic activities were destroyed. Water sports, all the restaurants, and all the other economic activities which were taking place over the beaches in the southern uh, Chile region was destroyed completely by the tsunami. Okay, the second effect of this one was aftershock. Now, what is aftershock? Aftershock is when there is an earthquake at a time, okay, when the vibration starts coming out, the waves start coming out, that is the primary effect. But then sometimes what happened, that because the plates are, they collided with each other, they might have struck with each other, so it will kept on moving, and because of that movement, sometimes waves, the vibrations can be felt in the areas near the epicenters, right? So there was aftershock, that is called aftershock. It was for a month because magnitude was 9.4, and the region is Antarctic plate, Nazca plate, and South American plate. Three plates are struck together, and because of that, all these plates are moving, and that led to aftershock. So for a month, what does it mean? It means that because of aftershock, there will be fear, and that's why people are not able to work. People are not able to do their activities regularly because there is a fear in back of their mind that there could be an earthquake, right? So for 1 month, waves after waves, vibration, earthquakes after earthquakes, but magnitude was 9.4. That was the first one, right? And then there were vibrations felt for a month in Chile. That was aftershock, and that has also disturbed a lot of activities in the region. Okay, then for 40 years This is Cordon Col. Cordon Col is a volcano. Now, Cordon Col volcano was inactive for 40 years. 40. 40 years the volcano was inactive, and it was the people over there, they thought that this is now dormant. Okay, this is dead. This volcano will never erupt again. But because of this earthquake, 9.4 magnitude, this volcano erupted. So after 40 years, the volcano erupted, and that volcano is Cordon Col, right? So there was volcanic eruption, and because of the volcanic eruption, because you know the ash come out and pyroclastic flow and everything, this area air activity was stopped for a while, right? So this is also one of the effect that the earthquake led to the eruption of the volcano, which was inactive for 40 years. One more impact of the earthquake was landslides. Because this is Andes mountain, fold mountain system, so you all know that fold mountains are mostly made up of sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are soft, right? And because of that, what happened? Because it was 9.4 magnitude, so there were 3 large landslides. And you know, in this region, if you look at the Chile, the country, you'll find that the highways are constructed along the coast, okay, connecting one and another city. So, and that is passing beside by you know, the fold mountain range. So because of those 3 landslides, this area, the Valdivia, that is one of the very important city, because the epicenter was close to Valdivia, okay, and that's why this region was disconnected with other areas for some time, because landslide has blocked the road, right? So tsunami, aftershock, volcanic eruption and landslide, these were the immediate effect of the volcano. Fine. So this is how you have to remember in terms of effect. Tsunami, how many countries were affected? These many countries were affected. Aftershock, for how much time? For a month, and that has affected the economic activity, rescue and relief operations in this region. Also the volcanic eruption, Cordon Col was erupted after 40 years, and landslide, 3 large landslide which has blocked major connection between major city, which affects the rescue and relief operations whenever massive earthquakes occur over any area. So this is all about the effects. Now let us talk about the impact. So impact means what was the cost, okay, what happened to the people, to the lives, right? What happened to the living things? What happened? What was the impact on the government, on the people, on their daily life, right? On their activities? That is what we are going to discuss. So definitely, whenever a massive earthquake struck any area, occurred over any place, the most dangerous impact is going to be on the infrastructure, right? So as you can see, electricity supply was cut off, electricity poles, because electricity lines were uprooted, right? Because it was massive earthquake, and that's why the electricity supply was blocked. Water supply was also damaged, because you know the water pipes are under the ground, so whenever there are earthquakes, some pipes bend, some pipes might be broken, so the water supply was affected. And train paths, because you know the train paths were also, the routes were completely destroyed, right? So trains affected, water supply affected, electricity affected, and then comes the homes, right? About 20,000 people in this region were become homeless, because their homes were destroyed directly. 20,000 homeless, because it was a direct impact. There were lakhs of people who were affected because of this earthquake, but that was not the massive damage to their house. Now, these 20,000 people, their houses were completely destroyed. 40% of damages in Valdivia itself. Okay, so Valdivia was the major city, was the epicenter, and because of that, 40% houses in Valdivia was completely destroyed. And this 20,000 people belongs to this city. Most of them belongs to this city, right? Port and train stations collapsed. Okay, one of the station at Porto Montt was also this one. This is the Porto Montt. A train station was also destroyed, collapsed, and that results into the time, because that results into generally the trains are also used for rescue and relief, to supply food and water and medicine. Okay, when train stations are collapsed, or train routes are being collapsed or destroyed, then it will have impact on the supply chain. Around 3,000 people were injured and 1,600 people were killed. Okay, now why the number of people killed in this area was 1,600? Because this is active area, and that's why the government has plans that if anything happening like this, then what they will do. So rescue and relief operations are on time, and there are trained people, and that's why the number of deaths registered in this region was 1,600, right? However, 3,000 people were injured. One more important reason behind this was also this earthquake was caused in afternoon time, when most of the people were out, and that's why the death toll was considerably low as compared to the magnitude. Okay, the monetary cost. Okay, what was the cost of this earthquake to the government? Chilean government was estimated at 400 to 800 US dollar. 400 to 800 million US dollar. That is the cost to the, because reconstruction of everything requires a lot of money. So that was the monetary cost. Okay, and also tsunami damaged the Chilean coast. You can see here, this is Lebu, and Porto Alcen is over here. This is Porto Alcen, this is Lebu. It means that this area is directly connected, and that entire region was affected by tsunami. So as told in the beginning, that southern Chile was affected by tsunami. This was the region from here, starting from here, from Lebu to Port Alcin. This entire region was badly affected by tsunami, right? So this is again coming back to this. Valdivia was the center, epicenter. Los Lagos, connectivity between these cities was completely destroyed. Port Montt, the connectivity was destroyed. Cardinal was the volcano which was inactive for 40 years, erupted because of this earthquake. Los Lagos region, this entire region was affected due to volcanic eruption, right? Now this is blue box. This is the entire region of Los Lagos, and that was affected due to the volcanic eruption. And then Port Alcin, the connectivity from Lebu to Port Alcin was also affected. Port Montt was completely destroyed, right? So this was the effects and impact of this earthquake. You note down, if you will note down this information, okay, and if you will draw this kind of diagram, this will help you to remember the the effects and impact of Chilean earthquake in Chile. Right now, if the question comes on effect or on impact, it will be easy for you to write a 7-mark answer, right? So this is about describe the effects and impact of an earthquake for a named area which you have studied. The name of the area is Chilean coast. Okay, don't write Chile, because then it will become a country. Okay, so when we have to be careful while selecting the place, writing the name of the place, because the cities and countries should not be named for an area. If the question is asking you to write about an area, you need to write this way, that this is about Chilean coast. right? So this is the coastal Chile, how it was affected by the major earthquake 1960. The earthquake is known as the Great Chilean Earthquake. Okay, one more case study we'll be doing on rescue and relief in the coming session. Okay, I hope that you will like this case study, and I want you all to like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel, that is E-GeO. Everything is geography. Till then, have a good day. Thank you.